I'm going to draw feather today. Now let's overlay a couple of different shades of gray. Okay, now create the layer, then draw the what's called the stem. Okay. Now what I'm doing here is using the smudge tool, then smudging, basically pushing in the colors to the stem side from outside to inside. That creates very sharp, very tiny feather-like lines. As you can see, if you change the brush type, you can create very delicate lines. I'm not drawing anything, basically I'm just pushing in the color from outside to inside. So those white lines you're seeing is actually the color of the background. Now to add some contrast, let me erase the center part a little bit, then instead of pushing in the color from outside to inside, now this time I'm pulling the color from inside to outside by using the smudge tool. You see the finger tool upper right corner. That's the tool I'm using. Basically grabbing the dark gray color and pushing out to create the gray feather. To make it more realistic, I'm changing the size of the brush, or basically the fingertip, and creating different width of feathers. As you can see like a whitish lines, light gray lines and dark gray lines. Some are thick, some are thin. By making those different types of lines, I'm creating more three-dimensional effect to it. Now let's work on the other side. You can shape it first. So it looks a little irregular, but that will probably make it look a little more realistic. Also, you can adjust the shape by the length of the feather later. So let me play with this first and see how the shape is going to look like at the end. I'm mixing the lines, the white line and the gray line. Gray lines are the color that pushed out from inside to outside. The white lines are the lines the colors were smudged in from outside. So again, the white is the color of the background. The gray is the color of the shade. Now let's add some shadow to the stem to make it a little more realistic. I'm creating a darker gray, the shadow on the both sides. That's where the shadow is going to be. You can smudge it to make it look more round, more realistic. Okay, basic shape is kind of done. Create a new layer and I want to add some color to the feather. Choosing a soft airbrush. Let's try this blue. Now I want to see the end of the blue color, so I change the background to black. Now I see where the blue color ends. Now I like to make blue to work with the length of the feather, so I'm using the smudge tool again and now extending the blue colors. You can see now the sharp border line of blue is disappearing because I'm smudging it, fading it. Now let me clean up the leftover shades. You can see it in the background. You can see some the shade color. I'm erasing it. And if I erase too much, I can always smudge the feather again to make it the edge much softer. So no worry about it. Just go ahead and erase it. Now this is the beauty of computer-aided program. You can adjust the color, adjust the darkness, a lot to play with, contrast, shades. Okay, let me change the background to blue. And here's my feather. Thank you for watching.